Hello, everybody in social psychology, side 212. This is your professor, and I am doing this recording to go over our syllabus together. I know you probably already know how to find it, but in any case, I'm going to open the file on our Blackboard classroom environment so that you know how to find it in case. All right, so we go to, and you might see that we have a lot of links here that might not be available to you. That's because I don't want you to be overwhelmed, and also because I need to finish up certain details, so they will be available to you shortly. Right now, we're going to click on syllabus and information, and that's where you can find our syllabus. There are other links that will be posted here. Right now, it's the link to our textbook, and I will tell you more about the textbook when we read on the syllabus. I'm pretty sure the price is not zero, but I hope you get it for zero. Anyway, let's click here and we'll open the syllabus, and I know it's beautiful, isn't it? All right, I do spend time thinking about colors, okay, people? So this is the syllabus for the fall, and our class is asynchronous. We will go into what that means shortly. Once again, my name is Valkyria Duran Naruki. You can call me Dr. Duran, Dr. D. And my email is posted here. That's the best way to reach me. During office hours, which are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., I will be sitting in front of my Zoom individual room. But I can also see you by appointment. How do you get to my Zoom individual room? Well, the Zoom meeting room is listed here. If you are on your computer or in any device that has this clickable link, it will open Zoom into my room. If by any chance you are put in the waiting room, is because probably I'm talking to someone else. So just imagine that you are on a hallway outside of my office and that you're waiting for the person to leave. And then your turn is going to be next. If you want me to exclusively separate time for you, then you can make an appointment. All right. If you call my office number at CSI, then I will get message on my email, which transcribes your voice, which, as you can imagine, is not perfect, but it gives me an idea of who called me. So if you leave your phone number, I can call you back. I also have Google Voice, and this is, if you truly need to speak to me, it will ring my cell phone. If I am available, I'll answer, but chances are I'm going to think you are spam. So leave a message just in case. All right. You can also reach me via Skype. And I know this is kind of like long, but I just want you to know there are many ways to reach me and that I'm available to you. Even if I don't see you all the time, every week for hours and hours, I will be available to you when you need me. All right, so this is the course description from the catalog. I am required to, all the professors are required to put it on their syllabus. So I'm going to read it. Social psychology is the study of human social behavior viewed from an interpersonal perspective. The role of others in shaping self-concept will be explored, as well as the formation of attitudes, attribution theory, the causes and methods of reducing prejudice, social influence and obedience, interpersonal attraction, aggression, altruism, and the development of gender roles and stereotypes, and nonverbal behavior. Research methods and results will serve as the context in which each topic will be discussed. Probably it was not because of this description that you registered for this class. It was probably more a calculation on whether it fits your schedule and do you need an elective and does it sound terrible. So whatever brought you to this class, it's fine. It's okay because this is a great class. I hope you enjoy it. All right, so this introduction I added Social psychology is a fascinating field. During the semester, I hope that we can be partners in the process of learning, a process that involves engaging with social psychology constructs and methods, analyzing them, discussing them, criticizing them, and ultimately including them as useful knowledge in your everyday life. We will be able to discuss topics that are current and relevant to our lives. Your participation in class will be essential, particularly because of the teaching method that we're following. Due to the current global coronavirus pandemic, this class will be conducted asynchronously. This means that assignments for this class will be posted on Blackboard and students will work at their own pace. There will be deadlines for assignments to help students organize their work. I will post short reviews of the materials of the textbook, probably like voiceover PowerPoints, along with the actual PowerPoints for each week. I will organize the Blackboard environment to be easy to follow and hopefully smooth for you. I will be available for video or voice meetings, as I mentioned before, during office hours or at other times. I can work with you to schedule a meeting. So what are our goals? And the goals, they're always read at the beginning of the semester and then we forget about them. And really, truly, when you should read these goals is at the end of the semester to gauge whether we've met them during the class or not. So at the end of the semester, students should be able to understand what is the field of social psychology, the topics it studies, and the implications of its findings. Students should be able to name and understand the most common research methods used in social psychology. Understand the main theoretical constructs within social psychology and be able to apply them to everyday life. Remember some of the most important concepts and examples used in the class. Reflect on one's own experience and background in light of social psychology, psychological constructs. Distinguish the many levels of social influence in each individual's life. Understand the role of social psychology as a tool for social change. Be critical about current issues that involve social processes. So if you take all of these together as a whole, you see that our overarching goal is that you understand that people are social beings, that we affect each other in terms of our behavior, and that being aware of these things will help you be a more thoughtful person, someone who can make better choices for themselves. All right, so this is a required textbook, and I know it is a pain to buy textbooks sometimes because they can be expensive. So that's why I'm telling you right now, if you do not find the 9th edition, the 8th edition is fine. Even the 7th, I would say, is fine. The reason why I have the latest is because all of my previous ones are locked in my office and it's a little bit of a drama to go to campus right now. So just make sure you get one of these textbooks. The author is David Myers. In this 9th version, Jean Twenge works with him. So you'll notice that the previous edition does not have this name. That's fine. That is fine with me. All right. There's one reason I selected this textbook, and it is because it's structured in modules. I don't know about you, but whenever a professor made me in the past read those textbooks that have chapters that go on and on and on forever, like the Intro to Psych textbook and things like that, I really did not enjoy that. It just felt like overwhelming and too much. And so the way this textbook works, you'll see, it has what it calls modules. Modules are short chapters. So normally we would be reading a couple of modules per week, and it works out beautifully. You'll see how it is really nice that you read the thing, you actually get to comment and write about it because you managed to read it. It's really what's the word I'm looking for? It's just more palatable. It's just easier that way. You'll see. So make sure that you compare prices and get a good deal on this book. Can you get an earlier edition? Yes. Just make sure that you understand that an earlier edition might not have identical page order or the most up-to-date information, right? You know how this works. So the reason why there are new editions is because information changes. But the fundamental concepts have not. So, as long as you get a book, you will be fine. Don't wing it without the book, I would say. Get an old book. Find something that suits you online. All right. So this is how our grade is going to be achieved. This is a breakdown of it. I do it on a 100% basis because that makes my life easier and hopefully yours too. So we're going to have 3 short papers that I will describe to you. Each one of them 10%, adds up to a 30%. Then we're going to have 4 partial exams, which are, the all boring kind, multiple choice. They will be posted throughout the semester on Blackboard, obviously. And then we're going to have discussion board posts. I will describe this for you soon, but all of that adds up to 100. Hopefully this is clear enough, but if you have questions, you can ask me. One thing that I sometimes do is that I give students access to a spreadsheet so that they can calculate their grade. I mean, you will have access to your own grades via Blackboard, but usually it's easy to calculate your grades. All right, so these are the letter grades. This is a typical distribution of grades for CSI. I have no idea why there is no A+. That was not my invention, but that's the way it is. Now, I always add this note because it's an interesting policy that, I don't know if it's a CUNY-wide policy, but CSI-wide policy. Be mindful that if you get a grade of D, you won't be able to remove it from your GPA calculation, whereas you can remove an F from your GPA calculation by retaking the class and getting a higher grade. And you can read about this policy if you click on that link or copy and paste it. I don't know if it's clickable. I won't be modifying your grade as this is academic misconduct. And I explained that sometimes students feel that they can ask for an F if they're getting a D, and that the professor should honor that request. That is actually not a thing. That's not written anywhere. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Although some people do get upset, which is never what I hope that happens. So just mind your grades, see how you're doing. We'll talk more about how to do well in this class throughout the semester. All right, so let's describe the assignments that I just told you about before. First, the short papers. So short papers, 30% of the grade. These will be, as the title conveys, short, 2-page double-space maximum. If you give me less than that, will I be upset? No. I just feel that sometimes you need more words to explain your ideas, but I am never concerned about the length of a paper. I'm more concerned about the quality of a paper. So some of us are better writers than some of us, and so you have to see that the paper is clear and well written, and the length is a separate story. I'm just giving you a length because I know some students feel more comfortable having something to go by. So this is that. All right. So in these papers, you will select one of the concepts to remember located at the end of each textbook. When you get the textbook, you're going to see that at the end of each chapter, there is a list of concepts to remember. So you choose any of those, whichever you like, whichever you understand better, whichever makes it easy for you to write a paper. So after you select this concept, which will hopefully be of interest to you, you will choose a real life example that will allow you to apply the concept in a meaningful way. A real life example can be, and we have options for this. It could be a recent journalistic article from a newspaper, internet, etc. It could be a video clip available publicly online, and you would have to add the link so that I can see it because, I may want to see it if I haven't. It could be a meme or other social media product like a GIF, for example, or is it GIF? I never know.